Inside you, right now, an entire world is collapsing. Your gut bacteria, the trillions of microscopic organisms that keep you alive, are starving. And when a living ecosystem starves, it does not go quietly. It adapts, it mutates, it turns on its host, it turns on you. This is not a metaphor. This is not exaggeration. This is biological fact. When your internal environment is deprived of the conditions it evolved to thrive in, your microbes stop digesting your food and begin digesting the protective lining of your own intestines. A microscopic rebellion, a slow-burning collapse. This hidden cannibalism is the silent force behind the brain fog that steals your mornings, the bloating that sabotages your confidence, and the fatigue that makes every afternoon feel like a shutdown. But your gut is not broken. It is begging for the conditions it once had, the conditions your ancestors lived by without thinking. Today, I'm giving you 5 powerful mechanisms that can stop the internal collapse, flush out the invaders, rebuild your lining, and reignite the biological machinery that once made you feel unstoppable. And it all begins with a system almost no one talks about, yet it is the single most important cleaning mechanism you possess. Method 1. The street sweeper that never sleeps. We imagine digestion as a conveyor belt. Food in, food out. But that's a lie of convenience. Your gut has 2 modes, eating mode, cleaning mode. And the deep cleaning, the kind that prevents bacterial overgrowth, can only happen when the system is empty. Enter the migrating motor complex, or MMC, your internal street sweeper, a wave of muscular electricity that travels through your small intestine, pushing out dead bacteria, undigested food, toxins, debris, microscopic invaders. It is the only mechanism that prevents your small intestine from becoming a stagnant swamp. But here's the tragedy. The street sweeper only comes out when the street is empty. Your stomach must be empty for 90 minutes to 2 hours before the MMC even wakes up. And once it begins, it needs another 90 minutes to finish its sweep. But the moment calories hit your stomach, a snack, a sip, a healthy smoothie, the cleaning cycle dies instantly. In the modern world, we graze like frightened animals. Breakfast, snack, lunch, sugary coffee, dinner, late night treat. We never stop eating, so the cleaning crew never comes out. And when the street sweeper doesn't run, bacteria begin to stagnate. They ferment your food, they multiply where they don't belong. They release gas, toxins, and inflammation. This is the birthplace of bloating, nausea, brain fog, and SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. The fix is not a supplement. It is space. Space between meals. Space for the system to breathe. Space for the street sweeper to rise. Research shows that spacing meals 4 to 5 hours apart allows the MMC to complete its full cycle. And that rumbling stomach you hear, that's not hunger. That's the sound of your internal janitor doing its job. Close the kitchen between meals. Let the system clean itself. Your biology has been waiting for this. Method 2, the garden inside you. Once you understand the cleaning crew, you must understand the residents. Your gut is not a tube, it is a garden. And like any garden, it can be lush or barren. For decades, we treated bacteria as enemies. Now we know they are the soil that determines whether anything in your body thrives. A fascinating study swapped the diets of rural South Africans with African Americans. The rural diet was high fiber, low fat. The American diet was the opposite. Within 2 weeks, the Americans eating the rural diet saw a massive reduction in inflammation. Why? Because fiber is not food for you. It is food for them. And different bacteria eat different fibers. Onions feed one species, walnuts feed another, raspberries feed another. The American Gut Project, the largest microbiome study ever conducted, found that the strongest predictor of gut health was the number of different plant species someone ate. The magic number? 30 different plants per week. Not 30 salads, 30 species. Herbs, spices, nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables. A giant bowl of broccoli feeds only the broccoli eaters, but a handful of broccoli, carrots, pumpkin seeds, cilantro, and black beans feeds an ecosystem. A diverse ecosystem crowds out the weeds, the bad bacteria. Method 3. Align with the clock of your body. We obsess over what we eat, but when we eat is just as important. Your digestion has a rhythm, a biological clock. Clinical research shows insulin sensitivity peaks earlier in the day. Digestive enzymes peak in the morning and afternoon. After dark, everything slows. Think of your gut like a factory. The day shift is fully staffed. The night shift is a skeleton crew. When you eat a heavy meal at 9 p.m., you're dumping a massive workload onto a team that has already gone home. Food sits longer, blood sugar stays elevated, more fat is stored, inflammation rises, sleep collapses. And your gut bacteria? They follow a circadian rhythm too. They help produce serotonin and melatonin, the chemicals that regulate sleep. Late night eating disrupts their rhythm, which disrupts your sleep. which increases cravings, which damages your gut, which disrupts your sleep even more. A vicious cycle. The fix? Time-restricted eating, not starvation, metabolic rest. Eat within a 10 to 12-hour window. For example, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. This aligns your food intake with your body's active phase and gives your gut lining time to regenerate overnight. Method 4. Fix the wiring, the vagus nerve. Now we move away from food entirely. Because you can eat the perfect diet, you can space your meals perfectly. But if this one wire is frayed, digestion will halt. The vagus nerve, the superhighway connecting your gut and your brain. Your nervous system has two modes: fight or flight, rest and digest. You cannot be in both. If you eat while anxious, rushing, multitasking, or scrolling through stressful news, your body perceives a threat. Blood flow leaves your gut. Digestion shuts down. Food sits, ferments, rots. Digestion begins in the brain, not the mouth. So before you eat, you must flip the switch. The longest living cultures treat meals as slow, relaxing rituals, not because of tradition, because of physiology. A simple hack? 3 slow breaths before your first bite. Exhale longer than you inhale. This stimulates the vagus nerve and tells your brain, we are safe. Digestion turns back on. 30 seconds. Massive difference. Method 5. Stop the daily chemical assault. We often focus on what to add. More kale, more water, more supplements. But in biology, subtraction is often more powerful. Right now, we are exposing our guts to chemicals that act like bombs to our microbiome. Unnecessary antibiotics, pesticide residues, chlorinated tap water. Antibiotics save lives, but when overused, they act like a forest fire. They burn the bad bacteria, but they also burn the good forest. It can take months for your microbiome to recover. Pesticides? Many crops are sprayed with chemicals designed to kill weeds and bugs. When we consume these residues, they can have a similar effect on our gut bacteria. And tap water? Chlorine keeps the water supply safe, but drinking it all day introduces a mild antibacterial effect into your system constantly. The strategy here is defensive. Choose organic for the dirty dozen. Wash your produce. Use a simple water filter. Avoid unnecessary antibiotics. Stop the attack so the other 4 mechanisms can work. The unified philosophy of gut health. The house you live in. Think of your body as a house. You cannot keep the house clean if you're constantly tracking in mud. You never give the cleaners time to work. And the electricity keeps short-circuiting. To repair the system, you don't need a detox tea. You need to respect the operating instructions. Respect the cleaning crew. Space meals 4 to 5 hours apart. Enrich the soil. Eat 30+ plants per week. Align with the clock. Stop eating late at night. Fix the wiring. Breathe before eating. Stop the attack. Filter your water and reduce toxins. The beauty of the gut is that it is incredibly forgiving. The cells of your lining replace themselves every few days. Most people wait for a diagnosis. They wait until the bloating is unbearable or the fatigue is chronic. But the real power lies in prevention, in the quiet daily decisions nobody sees. The decision to wait an extra hour before eating, to choose variety over convenience, to take a deep breath before lunch. These small actions build resilience, the kind that lets you age not just longer, but better. If you found this breakdown helpful and want to dive deeper into how these systems connect to your overall health, make sure you're subscribed. Let me know in the comments, which of these 5 mechanisms is your weakest link right now? I'll see you in the next one.